Hello there. My name is Kai, and this video is just going to be a brief introduction. I'll keep it as brief as I can. Um, Trying to not ramble. I've had to do this over like 20 times because every single time I start to ramble and it's gone over 8 minutes, and I think it's way too long. So I'll try not to ramble. I'll get to the point. Um, Okay, so this is going to be an introduction, a brief introduction to a little bit about who I am and what this channel is going to be about. Um, I identify as transgendered or genderqueer, or more specifically as neutrois or neutra or neutroi, however you want to pronounce it. There's many different ways to do so. I don't think that there is a consensus on how it should be done. I'll pronounce it in any one of different ways depending on whatever comes to my mind at the time. But the idea is that the term neutroi means someone who is non-gendered. So if you think of gender as a spectrum with male on one side and female on the other side, then and with an entire spectrum between the two of people who identify as a combination of them, or people who fluid and go from one position to another and don't stay anywhere. Uh, you can then think of neutroi and agender and genderless and non-gendered people as those of us who see ourselves as outside of the spectrum. And I have spent quite a bit of time in real life and on the internet watching videos, blogs, whatever, basically, hearing the experiences of other transgender identified people. And what I've noticed is that while everybody's experiences are fully valid and insightful and unique and are worth being shared and worth my time. And I want to thank everybody who has been open about their experiences for doing so. What I've noticed is that the many or most of what is represented by the mainstream trans community, if you will, I'll use the term mainstream for lack of a better term, um, they cannot account for many of the questions and the concerns and issues that I had as somebody specifically with a neutroid identity. And and the more that I began to become involved in the community, the more I realized that there is a huge difference between a lot of my experiences and uh, and my the way that I would approach things and the way that things relate to me. There is many differences between me and, for example, somebody who may be male to female, binary, trans, or the other way around. But that the more common perspective, the one that is most recognized and the one that's most outspoken, the most talked about, the most understandable to the cisgendered world. Uh, of course, if you were to tell someone who is cisgendered that you identify as non-gendered, they would obviously think that you are crazy and that you know human beings come in either male or female. Even intersex people have some form of genitalia, whereas most neutroi, our ideal physical form is one that is completely absent of genitalia. Well, most people would say that that defies human nature. That is absurd, insane, whatever, be completely dismissed. And what I've noticed is that even within the community of other gender variant people, our voice is one that is not very common, and I've found that to be a bit of a struggle, but an interesting challenge because I answers, whereas somebody who is, more somebody with an identity that is more common can likely find many different other people who have been in a very similar position who can give them relevant answers, whereas I have to figure everything out on my own. All of it, really all of it. Um, so in that process, what has come to mind and what I thought that I would do is uh, is that maybe I could start uh, take that first step by putting myself out there. And I think that YouTube is the best place to reach out to other people and the place to reach out to the most people because I know that a lot of people watch YouTube videos, whereas blogs, for example, may be a lot more difficult, more difficult to find as well. So there are currently no other active, consistent Neutroy vloggers. There's one other person I'm not entirely sure of, what their uh, what's going on with them. But the point is that we really don't have a voice. So I thought that I would start, and just to say that anybody else out there who identifies in a similar way, to tell you that you're not alone, and to everybody else, and to everybody. Um, Hopefully I can help offer a bit of a different perspective to things, a bit of a different perspective than uh, most of the commonly seen perspectives that are seem to represent the majority of the trans community. Um, and potentially explore some of the unique challenges and issues that face people with an identity such as this. So that's pretty much my rationale. I just wanted to say that I don't have a fixed topic schedule. So if anybody wants me to address any topic, please send them over. Send me a message, leave me a comment, whatever it is. But definitely, if you have suggestions on things that I think, things that you think I should talk about, do let me know. If you want to get to know me, if you're also trans, especially if you're also identified, I would love to hear from you. So you're completely welcome to again contact me in any form. Um, and that is about it. Uh, so I will get around to another update soon. And nice to see everybody. And it's nice to put myself out there for the first time. I hope this was not too bad. Yes.